fat, a specific way that creates a high degree of friction against the skin to try and break down the stored fat in that area so that it can be naturally eliminated from the body. Depending on several factors like duration per session and the specific practitioner that's used, people who go ahead with this can expect to lose anywhere from $30 all the way up to $100.
Okay, hello Tush, it's on the screen. I'm just going to go quickly pray until people join. It's a new game I got and I played it a bit. I think it's quite fun. No, it's fine, you can keep your mod. I think it looks really cool. I'm just gonna go pray quickly and then until maybe some people join or something for like 3 or 4 minutes. I'll be right back. No guys, I have to keep the mod. You guys are my moderators. I hope I can see the stream lagging a bit. I hope that stops. Okay, yeah, so yeah, let's start the game. So as you guys can see, I did finish off a bit of the thing. Let me start off a new game, profile thing, just to, because I had to test the game, yeah, so I'm just gonna start off. And let's start the game. So basically, this game is basically being a detective. I think it's quite simple. Let's do this. So I have done a lot of the first level. Oh wait, no, I want to go back. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Okay. It has some really nice graphics as well. I really like it. Like, it seems weird, but I really like the way it's kind of like animated like that.
Some post for you, Poirot.
Mr. Hercule Poirot, you fancy yourself, don't you, at solving mysteries that are too difficult for our poor thick-head British police? Let us see, Mr. Clever Poirot, just how clever you can be. Perhaps you'll find this nut too hard to crack. Look out for Andover on the 21st of the month.
Yeah, I love the
Yours
graphics.
Extra A, B, C.
Okay, so there are a few things to focus for here. First of all, who sent the letter? It was something called ABC. Second of all, when it will be on 21st of, I think it was June or July. And then it will be in a place called Andover. So this is something in Great Britain, I honestly don't know. So I'm not sure where that is in the world.
Please remind me to inform Chief Inspector Jack.
Okay, so this guy wearing blue is our help. Detective as well. He kind of like takes us to the place and he kind of like is the first person to receive when a murder happens or something. Take screenshots. No, they're saved. Don't worry, they're saved. I'm just like remembering. Yeah, but don't worry, they're all saved. I don't know who this guy is. I think this is the murderer, honestly. I don't know. It doesn't tell us obviously the start, but yeah. The blue shirted dude is gonna help us, right? He's not gonna help us. He technically in the game, let's say you do something wrong, he's gonna tell you, what are you doing? So our name is like Hercule Poirot, something like that. Yeah, I'm the gray dude, yeah? This is me. He's like a very fancy detective guy. The blue dude is just there, like, to help us. Okay, this is Andover. This is the city. So usually in the game, he's just gonna be there.
It's here, Poirot.
In the story, he's obviously helping you.
Grim place indeed.
I love the graphics.
Tout à fait,
I don't know why it's so special.
Are in a terrible state.
Hello everyone
Look,
again.
there's Chief Inspector Japp. He's talking with a policeman.
Okay, so Chief Inspector
Let us
Jap
try
is the
not to
yellow
get our
guy
shoes wet.
over there. Yeah, he's the yellow guy. I'm gonna take ourselves to them. So yeah, right now I think it's gonna give us some help on how to do things. But yeah, go and meet Jap. So okay, I know this. So basically, what you can do is you can just walk normally. Yeah, this is me just walking. There's this thing which I can move with the right stick. Now what this does is it basically goes to observe. So for example, if I do it here, it's observing this guy. If I do it here, it's observing this guy. This is a thing. I can't talk to this guy in the game, but this is a thing I can go check. This guy I can't talk to, but I can talk to these. This is my blue helper guy. He's probably just gonna tell me to go talk to this guy. So let's go talk to this guy, because that's our objective right now. Yeah, so this thing is just there to like where you're looking at and what you want to do. You know, it's just like targeting something.
Here, it's Hastings and Poirot. You missed the 9 o'clock train?
We took the 10:30. Luckily the service is good to Andover.
So, Chief Inspector, what do we have?
The victim is called Alice Asher. She owned this tobacco shop. She was killed yesterday with a blow to the back of the head.
If you look at the top,
Let me just check.
it says here that everything is saved in our notebook. So basically, oh, he's checking. So it says here, if you want to read these help things, I think I'm going to leave it for a minute. So it says you take advantage of the moment when a person is busy in order to observe him or her. So basically, you will obtain clues about their state of mind or personality, and this will help you to like understand what they're trying to do. So here, what you do is you're going to press triangle on them, and you're gonna, it's kind of like you look at a certain place and it's gonna like zoom in.
Is Jap being too relaxed? Let us find the clues that prove it.
And it's gonna help our detective to find out what he's thinking right now. So if I look here, for example, as he's got like a slight smile. If I look here, his what's it called? His hat is tipped proudly on the back of his head. If I look here, relaxed attitude. Obviously, the game kind of helps me by doing a vibration thing. So he's gonna tell you what he
Jap
thinks
is
of
in a
that.
good mood. I bet he thinks he's already caught the culprit.
So what he says here is because he thinks he's got a slight smile, he's got a relaxed attitude, etc. That he thinks that this Jap guy has actually already knows who is the murderer, and he's gonna tell us now. Like, this is just our detective observing what this guy's doing.
The last customer to see Mrs. Asher alive left her shop at 5:30. The body was found at around 11 in the evening by an officer doing his rounds. The shop door was open. That's what alerted him.
A culprit,
Had
yeah.
anything been taken?
A little tobacco maybe, but you'd hardly murder for a few smokes. There's nothing of any real value in the shop.
There's nothing of any real
What
value,
type of
remember
woman
that.
was Mrs. Asher?
Separated, no children.
Her husband?
Aha, Franz Asher, the husband. Alcoholic and violent. It's said that he regularly insulted his wife and threatened to kill her.
Her husband?
Aha.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into the interrogation part where we ask questions. So here you want to ask questions that get your person to talk a bit more and give you good information. So if I say that it's too obvious, I think this would just let him kind of be not giving us enough information. But if I ask for his opinion, he's gonna give me a lot more information that's more useful to me. So I'm gonna say ask for his opinion. I think when it says it's too obvious means like it's too obvious who killed her. It's her husband, I guess you could say. But I don't think that's it, so I'm just
Do you
gonna ask
think
his
he's
opinion.
guilty?
Yeah.
We'll look for Franz Asher. If he doesn't have an alibi, the case is closed. A very unoriginal murder.
But that. May I examine the crime scene?
Okay, now we're gonna get
Of
into a bit of a
course,
more
old chap.
fun part, which
I'll
now
be
we're
with you in a
gonna
minute, Poirot.
yeah. So now we're gonna examine the crime scene. So first thing I want to do here is press any directional button. Okay. So the crime scene is this part where you can press square to enter. This is the Alice Asher tobacco shop. But let me just examine the exterior, like the actual neighborhood. So if you go here, we see here that there's this shop here. We're gonna notice a few things which I think I really like about this game, right?
place is run down.
So if we look at certain places, for example here, you can see the empty shop is for rent. If you look here, you can see that the crumbling shop fronts, it's really crumbling, etc. I'm trying to look for what the third one is. I think it's here. Not sure. Oh, trash here. There's just roaming rubbish, I think. Yeah, just rubbish here. Like, and he's gonna give his opinion
This
about.
is a really cutthroat neighborhood. Anyone could have committed the crime.
Yeah, I'm gonna enter it now. No, this place I can't enter. I don't think so. It's just like something random. So the progress, so if I click up this button and I look here, so this one shows your objectives. So we did go and meet Japan, now we need to inspect the crime scene. This one's the notebook, so this gives you, this is where our detective saves information about everyone. So this is Alice Asher, which is our victim, as it says, and she was 50 years old, she owns a tobacco shop, she's married to Franz Asher, and she lived alone. It basically summarizes everything that we know about the characters. So she was killed by a blow to the back of her head, yeah? And then this one is our little gray cells. Now little gray cells basically means like your brain cells, like what you're thinking. So now what you're trying to think here is, was theft the motive for the crime? So I don't think it is, and you have to give it clues to it. So what it does here is it kind of opens a screen where you do need, it kind of gives you some help. I don't think I need that. It gives you some clues here, where you need to prove that theft is the motive or theft is not the motive. So obviously one of here is no objects of value. So there's nothing really, it's not like a bank, you know, like if you killed someone in the bank, then theft would be the motive, but here, not really, because it's just a tobacco shop. Here the body's found at 11 p.m, not really anything to help, so therefore we need to find these two clues to be able to support whether theft is the motive or not the motive. Yeah, and that's it. And then we're gonna get a lot more questions later. Now let's just inspect this thing here, and then I think we can enter. This is the last thing in the exterior.
This fruit and vegetable shop has a front row seat, therefore an employee might have noticed something.
So now if an employee works here trying to sell fruits here, we can ask him or her what has happened. Did you see anything? Do you see anyone enter, etc.? For example, anyone enter with a weapon? That type of stuff, you know. Now we're gonna enter into the place where our victim was killed. Now this part is probably more interesting. So as you guys can see, this is the victim. Let me just start off 1 second. Let me just go a bit to the back. Now we're just going to keep observing what happened to the place. So first thing I'm going to do here is this. So if you look here, let's observe this part. It's mostly about observations.
Unusually tidy for a crime scene.
Yeah, so if you think of it, this is actually a crime scene. People were murdered, but for some reason, this place is very tidy. So the magazines and papers are placed in order. If you look here on the floor, you can see there's not much of a struggle. A struggle means, like, for example, when someone's getting killed or he thinks he's going to get killed, maybe there's going to be a lot more blood, etc. Let me just look for where the last thing could be. I think it's here. If it's here, yeah. Well-ordered shelves. Nothing was really stolen out of this. Observe her first. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Any sign of a fight.
Yeah, there wasn't a fight. It was just a kill, and that's it. Let me just observe. Okay, let's go observe her, because I think... let's do that. So we're gonna get a lot of information by just looking. Usually I don't see anything, but this guy, he knows how to see everything. Look at this, yeah?
This poor woman's head is resting in a very even-shaped pool of blood.
Okay, even-shaped pool of blood. Let's see, this is...
She just has one wound on the back of the head. There are no other wounds or signs of struggle.
So for example, if Mrs. Astor tried to escape, then maybe the culprit could have killed her on other parts of her body, etc. But it was actually just one simple shot to the back of her head.
The body is hidden by the counter and is not visible from the tobacco shop store. Many customers might have thought that Mrs. Asher had popped out.
Yeah, so here, since it's hidden behind the counter, you can tell that this is why it was kind of delayed of when Mrs. Asher was found as a body, because no one really saw. When they looked at the counter, they just thought, oh, actually, there was nothing here. She probably just left or something.
I can't see any other mark on the floor.
There's also no marks on the floor. Just, I think this is the fifth one. Cigarette. I think this is the cigarette thing.
She has a packet of Play cigarette next to her hand.
Did she drop it when she fell? So now we found the 5 clues. So basically, I think the cigarette here is that she was trying. Okay, if you look at this, yeah.
Cigarettes packets in a mess on the shelf.
Yeah. I know exactly what happened because I played this part. Basically, she was going here, yeah. She was trying to get herself the pack of cigarettes that her customer was taking, and when she took one and she was turning around to give it to him, he shot her in the back of her head and she dropped that cigarette. Obviously, I finished this part, so I know a bit more. But let's investigate this part of the counter, which is what the culprit may have done. So yeah, so look, here we can see a bit of fingerprints.
The counter is covered with fingerprints, all on top of one another. Unfortunately, it will not be possible to use them.
Yeah, a lot of fingerprints there. Now if we look at this, it looks like blood. So you can look at all angles.
It is oozing out. Is it blood?
Yeah, so we can see this. Looks like blood, but actually it's not really blood, don't worry. It's just a pack of strawberries.
It's just some strawberries that are losing their juice.
Probably come from the fruit and vegetable shop opposite. A lot of things I really like about this game, which is this angle type of thing. And now we need to find a third clue, which is in this book. Now this book is called the ABC.
It's not just any railway guide. It's an ABC.
Now remember at the start when we received like a newsletter, it was signed by someone called ABC. And this is kind of just hinting up. Now you're gonna get a lot of these books, and you're gonna understand a lot about the story. But let me just open up to where he starts to think about the evidence.
It's open at the letter A.
It's open at the first letter.
No prints on the book.
And there aren't any prints on the book. So what does it help us with? You're gonna see now. In a bit, maybe. Let me see, maybe. So if you... Oh, there's this guy, he entered.
So, Poirot, any news?
So, an ABC guide with no fingerprints, but prints all over the counter.
Normally, the tobacco shop does not sell ABC guides.
Exact. Mon ami, could you have a word with the neighbors? Some may have seen something.
It will help, you're gonna see.
Of course, my friend, I'll do it straight away.
You're gonna... It doesn't really help right now. It just helps when we're trying to find. So now, there's something called collect ego points. So for example, this detective, when he looks at the mirror, all this type of stuff, this kind of gives you ego points, yeah? So with all this, we have a few questions we could probably solve here, which were, how do we explain the presence of an ABC guide? We don't know how that happened, and we don't have enough clues to explain that. Actually, we do right now. So there are no fingerprints on the guide, maybe. Mrs. Astor was seen alive at 5:30 a.m. I don't think that helps us at all. The new objects of value doesn't help. Letter signed ABC announcing the Andover murder. So the letter was signed by ABC. That could help. And no railway guide for sale. There actually wasn't one for sale. We have found something, and it was left by the murderer as a signature. So that's an idea. So you see, this is what helped. So the murderer left it for some reason.
Deliberately left behind this ABC as a signature. The absence of fingerprints and the fact that it is open at letter A for Andover leaves little doubt.
Now that's why I mean here. Remember that what's it called? This place is called Andover. Now Andover, this is a railway guide. Therefore, it is where he rides on the metro and that type of stuff to go to this place, which is called Andover, and it starts with the letter A, which is why he needed this book. So when he came in, all he did was he just came in here and he dropped the book. So now I think we could probably solve the is theft the motive for the crime question as well. So we're missing one, but I don't know if it's useful. Yeah, we are missing one. We're missing one. Was Mrs. Astor killed on site? Let me see if we have enough for that. Yeah, we do. So no other marks on the floor. That definitely is useful. And a pool of blood near her head. No, I don't think she was killed on site. So this one helps answer the question. Yes, she was killed right on site.
Mrs. Asher was killed here. The absence of marks in the shop and the regular shape of the blood stains indicated beyond a doubt.
Yeah. So I really like how this game is. It's just like, it makes sense. We just started off here and we're getting so much evidence. And now the final question that we need to answer is theft the motive for the crime? Now what we're doing here is we're interacting with the cashier, yeah? Yeah, rest in peace. The thing here. The till.
I have to check that nothing is missing from it.
Now this is where the puzzle part comes from. So obviously you can see here there are a few numbers and stuff. But let's just zoom in. So you press L2 to kind of like zoom in and stuff. You don't even need to do it. But if I try to, for example, press this.
It would be best to examine the rest of the...
Okay.
It is blocked by something.
So now we know that this is actually blocked. So if you press open, it doesn't open.
Something is preventing the drawer from opening.
Yeah, exactly. So he's kind of reading it out. So now let me try and fix this in a way. So let me move this.
A mechanism has just made a faint click.
So I just moved this thing, which kind of just made something. Now we are seeing some numbers, which will be useful in a bit. Let me just click the open. Let's see if it works.
The till is full of money, but there is something.
Trust me, this is an easy puzzle. But you know what made me kind of like stop is because there was a puzzle that eventually made me extremely struggle.
Something is hidden underneath.
Something is hidden underneath this. Now if you look here, all the money is still in the till. What does this mean? This means that theft cannot be the motive for the crime because he did not steal any of the money. None of the cigarettes seem touched. None of the shelves seem like anything was stolen. He left everything here. And
something is hidden underneath.
We have found this number, so this is 2. So if you see here, these represent first 2 digits. So if we go to this one, we can see 8 here, and then other 2 digits, so it's 8 and then something and then 2. Here it's 5, so it's 8, 5, 2. So if we go here and we click on 8, obviously since I've done this before, it's a bit easier, but it's not as easy as you think to make you think that way. Well, no, man, I'll tell you later. You're gonna see ABC is the several crimes.
This must be the key to the back of the shop.
And there we go, we found the code. So this is kind of the code that Mrs. Asher had to make to hide her key. So that's something. And now we've found the key to open this thing. So let's do this.
The door is locked.
Oh yeah, so the door is locked, so what can we do? We get our key. So I'll just skip the part of telling you how I get the key and stuff into my inventory, etc. I'll just open the door. I'll just get you guys into the story, you know. Good thinking. So actually we can now solve the question, which is theft the motive for the crime? Just one second. So now that we have all the clues, the till is untouched and is full of money, and no objects of value for sale. So therefore, theft is not the motive for the crime. So
Definitely not financial gain. There is no sign of a struggle, and the till has not been forced or emptied.
yeah, usually when there's like a murder or something like that, the till kind of gets emptied. Now we're into her room. So this is her room. Now let's try and investigate. Maybe we're gonna find something. So let's do this. So now let's investigate this. So we can see blood on her pillow for some reason.
The Ashers were a lovely couple when they were young.
Yeah, this guy kind of says stuff that I want to say, but yeah. So, and then we're gonna see the last piece of evidence.
Asher suffer from nosebleeds?
So this is a tissue with nose, so maybe she did suffer with nosebleeds. So we can see here that she's kind of like sick. Maybe, you never know. So there's a bit of stuff here. Let me just do this for ego points. Basically, when ego points are when you do something that this detective is most likely to do. So if I look at the mirror and he kind of like fixes up his mustache, I don't know, his eyebrow, he gets some ego points. It's just for the game, nothing much, because why not? Now we're gonna enter in some puzzles, but let's first do this observation. Very simple, as you can see. So if we look here, we can see the stove is very old-fashioned, modest. I hope the internet is not doing too bad. Modest crockery, and then the tap. If you look at the tap, I think that's what we need to do. It's a very simple tap. It's already going into a bucket as well, so
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
it's kind of just helping us to believe or understand why would anyone rob Mrs. Asher. Now we do have 2 annoying puzzles here. This one is very annoying. I hate this one so much, but I think it's fine. I'm just gonna speedrun through it because why not?
Such a pretty decoration should be at the center of the motif to respect the symmetry.
Yeah, so basically he's kind of like annoyed because it's not really at the center. It's kind of weird. I don't know. He respects symmetry. I hope it doesn't lag as much. It's just like the network. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move this here, and we're gonna move this. Oh, wait. There we go. No. There. Oh, I don't know. What do I need to do? I need to keep it there, and then this one, move it there. There we go. The puzzle, yeah, it's very easy. This one's easy, trust me. Oh, why is it not moving? Oh, I get it. Oh, you're joking me. Wait, keep it there. Put this there. Does this move? It does. Keep this one there. Bro, why is it a bit harder? It was much easier last time. One sec. I swear it was much easier. I did it like first try. Look, it was already settled. It was just there. There you go. There we go.
I heard a faint sound as if something was unlocked.
There, we did it. Now, this puzzle, since I have done it before, I think this is one of the last puzzles I've done. What you need to do is this is locked, yeah? Yeah, I done it. Yeah, okay, so what you're gonna see here is you're gonna see that there's these things with birds on them, and you can move them. And now what you need to do is you need to make these 4 corners of birds the same as these 4. So for example here, this bird is upside down to the upwards, yeah? So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna make this one upside down, upwards, and then we should hear a sound. There we go. Let's see this one. What's this one look like? This one is a bit looking, the beak looks to the left. Let's just make that the same, like this. There we go. It's a bit easy, but honestly I didn't really see that there were 4 things there. The face looks to the top left. Let's make that the same. It's kind of already there, to be honest. And in this one, the face looks bottom left, so let's do that. Yep, as you can see, it opened. So yeah, nice. And now we have a bit of things that are hidden in her safe, you can say. There we go. So that's medicine.
Medicine. Laudanum-based cough medicine, Mrs. Asher, and Dover Morley Laboratory, London. It's strange to find such an elaborate medicine from a leading London laboratory in the home of such a modest woman.
Now you are gonna understand this, is that actually Mrs. Asher was not that rich, and not really, like, she was okay.
From Mr. Adam Flint.
I think this is quite boring, but I'm just gonna keep it on for now. This note.
Mrs. Alice Asher, 5 Bishops Road, Andover. Dear Mrs. Asher, further to your request of 12 February 1935, I have informed my superiors of your wish to apply for a loan to acquire the lease of the shop you rent from Mr. Fairfax. Despite the seriousness of your case, I regret to inform you that your request has been denied. The amount of your personal contribution, £11, is not high enough and represents too small a part of the final transaction. I remain at your disposal for any questions. Adam Flint.
Okay, we're done there.
Mrs. Asher's meager savings were not enough for her to own the tobacco shop, but will largely cover her funeral costs.
Yeah. Okay, so she was struggling, she had some debts, she wanted a loan, etc. Now we have one more puzzle we need to do, and then...
What a strange box. It looks like you have to slide the slats of wood to open it.
His accent is so nice, it's French. No, I don't need that yet. I need to, so basically I need to move them into the corner, and then there's gonna be a button. So let's do that. Can I... What? Wasn't it? Oh, like that? Okay. I get it. There we go. Move him down. Move it down. His accent so nice. And then there should be a button. So there's a button, it's gonna activate something.
Appears to activate the mechanism.
Yeah, okay, we know. Mr. Hercule Poirot, whatever he calls himself, he's a French guy. And then we go here, move this like that, there's another button, and activate something else, and then we just go here, there we go, this is where it was activated. Move this like that, and then another button, and then I think one more and we open the thing, so. There we go. No, I think maybe one more other than this one.
That should do it.
There we go. And then we open this. How do we move this? What do we... Oh, like this. And then we see... Oh, bro, just move it forward. Take this. Nice, so we find...
Young woman?
Turn this around and you should see some writing.
To my dear Aunt Alice, married Howard.
So now... Wait, let me just pause this a bit. Wait. Okay, so now we've just discovered that this Alice person has a niece. And this is very useful for us, because he says, to my dear Aunt Alice. So that's what he's going to tell to this guy.
Found anything?
The victim has a niece. We must find her.
Nice, we're doing a lot of progress.
I think I've looked everywhere here. Let us see if I can find any more information in the shop's surroundings.
So now we're gonna get into something I think is quite fun, which is the... let me just see if I have any questions. Nope, nothing. So this is the notebook. As you guys can see, we found a bit more information. Now we have the new suspect, which is her niece. Oh, we know that she's her niece, that's it. And that's it. So now he says you look at shop surroundings. I'm pretty sure the fruit employee guy or girl is here, so we should be able to deal with them. Yep, there you go, guys. There's this woman. She's here now. Let me look at her behavior. Let's observe what she does.
Strawberries, 6 pence a pound.
So she says strawberries 6 pence a pound. Huh? Don't watch this. Yeah, so, yeah, she's a suspect.
This woman appears to be a smoker.
Yep. So if you look here, we can see she's got a pack of cigarettes. She's got an ash full of tray, like a full ashtray. So she's smoking quite a lot, and then in her face or into the an extinguished cigarette. So now let me just pause this. Now what do you, if you expect her to get cigarette, where do you think she got it from? From the tobacco shop which we were just in, which is Mrs. Asher's shop. So this also adds another suspect, which is this woman. Oh,
She's a big smoker. She must have been a customer at the tobacco shop.
there we go. So now we can see she's actually probably one. I honestly don't know. I hope she is, because she's not that nice. So now, say that the strawberries are not fresh. Okay, so here, this is our discussion. So if you say ask the price of the lettuce, she actually, okay, she didn't say it here, but if you know, she told us outside when she was in my thing, when I was playing it, she said lettuce is 4 pence a pound. But if you ask her the price, which I did, she'll tell you we sell this for 5 pence a pound. So she's actually kind of like lying to you. So this is one thing, but I don't really like this because it kind of ruined off the conversation. So you can also say the strawberries are not fresh, which is also going to ruin off the conversation. And the reason you can say that is because you remember the strawberries that we saw inside that shop. I think it came from here. And then here, ask what her relationship was with the victim. Now this is the best way to talk, and that's what I'm going to do. This is the best.
Who are you?
I'm Hercule Poirot.
When you get ego points, this means that you're doing something that is
foreign,
right.
that's for sure, with your accent and your odd way about you.
Yeah, she's making fun of
And
me.
you'll hear about Alice's murder, I suppose. Well, I've nothing to say to you.
Did you speak to the victim yesterday?
No, I never saw her.
Accuse her of making fun of you. Ask nicely to cooperate. Now here, I actually said the left one, but I'm gonna just be nice here.
Why should I help you? For your beautiful moustache? Come on, move along now. You're scaring away my customers.
Because when she said all this dumb
Please,
stuff,
do not
I
be
started to be like annoying. Say that the victim accused her of lying. Say that you went to. Okay, so I'm gonna say. No, so the strawberries, I don't think she came. So I'm gonna say.
I know that you went to the tobacco shop yesterday.
Well,
Reminder of the duty to tell the truth. Accuse her of murder. Accuse her of murder. The reason I'm saying that, obviously it's not the right thing, but why not?
So you killed Mrs. Asher with a blow to the head.
no!
You asked for a packet of plays. She turned around to take it from the shelf and you hit her. One blow.
Listen, I didn't kill Alice, I swear. But it's true that I did go to the shop
That's
yesterday.
sus, isn't it?
At what time?
You can see it tells her emotions
6
and stuff.
o'clock.
Surrender.
She left me a note saying she wanted some strawberries if I got some. I received them late, about 6. So I took them over to her.
But you did not see her.
She wasn't in the shop, so I just put the strawberries on the counter.
So we just found some very vital information here. She went to the shop at 6 p.m. and she says, yeah, exactly, she says she never saw her in the shop. And we know that she was seen at 5:30 p.m. So therefore we can tell two things. First of all, the time range was between 5:30 and 6 p.m. because earlier it was said that the body was found at 11 p.m. But now we know that it's found at, what's it called? Between 5:30 and 6 p.m. Therefore, the kill has to be between 5:30 and 6 p.m. So now you're gonna see she's actually being truthful, because I think it says the emotion. Ask her of theft. Ask if she was being alarmed. Ask what she saw in the tobacco shop. Triangle
Did you
polygraph.
see anything unusual in the shop?
No. Well, maybe one thing. There was
Yeah.
a railway guide on the counter. Alice didn't sell them. Maybe it's the customer who left it there.
You were not alarmed?
I thought Alice had just gone to get her medicine from her room and that she'd be straight back.
You mentioned medicine.
Something for her cough. She used to take it a lot.
Who do you think killed her?
France. Her scoundrel of a husband. He was always after her for something. Well, he's a foreigner. Sorry, sir. What I mean is he's German. That's even worse.
Even worse.
Did you see Franz Asher enter the tobacco shop late yesterday afternoon?
Well, no. But at that time of the day, the streets are packed, and I have better things to do than watch her shop.
So she was killed when the streets were packed. Interesting. So now, we're having a lot of information about her husband, which is Franz Asher.
A bottle of poor quality vinegar. The smell could awaken the dead.
Very important there, and I'm gonna tell you why later. So if you look here, that's it, we're done with that.
Poirot,
This guy's back.
I found the victim's niece. She's waiting for you in the back of the shop, if you want to question her.
Nice, now we
Thank you,
can
mon ami.
now we can go in to question the niece. That we're having a lot of things happening all at once.
4 pence a letters, a lovely lot letters, 4 pence only.
So if you see here, she says 4 pence the lettuce here.
Strawberries, 6
Let me
pence a pound.
let me try and talk to her if I can. I wanna try. Oh, okay, never mind. Because if I ask her the price of the lettuce, she's gonna tell me 5 pence, which is very rude. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, you see, collect ego points back in the same way. Let's go see the niece, and this is gonna help us a lot.
The body removed out of respect for the victim's niece. His attention is commendable.
Yeah, he removed the body because of the niece. He didn't want her to be too alarmed. Is her niece even alive? Yeah, why wouldn't she? Let's observe her, because that's the most important thing. Observing.
Is her grief sincere?
Now we need to know if she's actually sincere. Let's observe. Handkerchief, lowered eyes, and black clothes.
She appears to be very upset. She's dressed in mourning. She looks fragile.
Yeah. Where'd she even put her? What do you mean put her? Wait, no, let me just. I don't get what you mean by here. So I think you're talking about the niece. Oh, okay. She's just in her own house. Ask about a relationship with her. Demand she stops crying. No, I have not said to demand that she stops crying. But let me try that. I want to see how he says it.
Stop crying, please. It is very annoying.
Oh, that's quite
You
rude.
don't understand. My aunt was the only family I had.
Deduce that her inheritance is to her. Now, I did not say that as well. I want to say it,
You
actually.
are her only relative. You would be the only one who inherits.
Sir, my aunt was poor. And in any case, I'm not interested in any legacy.
I'm just saying stuff I haven't said last time, even though it doesn't give me any ego points. I just want to see how it's said. Oh wow, she's quite sad. Accuse her of lying or apologize. Okay, yeah, she's a good person,
My
don't worry.
apologies. I see that you mean what you say.
Oh, the victim. Oh, they put her like in a car or something. I honestly don't know, man. She's a dead body. You know, so ask if Alice was afraid of her husband. Ask if she thought her husband would go through with his threats. I didn't ask this triangle one.
Surprised when you heard what happened?
Oh, but I was. You see, it was a nasty piece of work. But up until yesterday, it was just empty threats. He shouted a lot, but she wasn't afraid of him. Why, he used to slink away when she turned on him.
Enjoy good health.
She had a bad throat. She was well cared for by a doctor in London.
Apologize, I did.
Does Franz Asher work?
All he's done for years is drink and gamble, but he used to be a very good cabinet maker.
That's
What does he
something.
live on?
5 shillings? Bruh, ask if Franz forced her to give money. Ask if her aunt had a reason. Yeah, let's ask.
Why did she support such a goods for nothing?
He was her husband. She couldn't leave him with nothing.
I understand. You have been of great assistance, mademoiselle.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can see. It's fine, it's fine. Messages are usually always delayed, so it's fine.
Please take this young lady.
Now we need to find. Now we're done with the niece.
Well,
This is the blue guy's job, by the way, getting us the people.
So dangerous as I've said. And since Alice Asher gave him money regularly, it was not in his interest to kill her.
So now we need to find Franz Asher to see what he was doing at the time. So let me just open up the thing. Now if you guys see, the niece is now just a witness. She went from what's it called, a suspect to a witness. Her aunt was her only family. She confers that Franz Asher is violent, but he was afraid of his wife. Her aunt gave him. And now we have the fruit spoon. She runs a fruit and vegetable shop. She smokes. She must have been a customer, and she left some strawberries at 6 p.m. and didn't see anyone. And these are the strawberries here. Now the sleeve. So I think right now what's gonna happen. I honestly don't know. Oh, this is Franz Asher. This is the husband guy. He's very drunk, if I'm gonna be honest.
We have to wait for him to sleep it off. He's all yours, Poirot. There are a few things I need to check.
There must be some way of sobering him up.
I have to sober him up.
His wife used to do. He must have scared the customers away.
He was a very drunk person. Now I need to. So now this is where we're gonna use the vinegar to sober him up, to wake him up, because it's very disgusting. I'll just take it.
A bottle of poor quality.
Okay, could I just take it, good sir? I want to. Oh, never mind. I think I need to do something here. Let's see.
He's not in any condition to be questioned.
Okay, now that you know. Oh, look at what he dropped. Okay. Let's look at what he dropped. He dropped a few things.
A box of new stockings.
This part is going to be very useful, I think.
It's Alice Asher's notebook. Ah, that's interesting. It probably contains information about our possible debtors and creditors.
Let's see. So if we look here, gotta find some information.
Oddly, the fruit seller has debts too. She will probably be more cooperative thanks to this piece of information.
Ooh, the fruit seller has
Howard was
debts.
telling the truth. Mrs. Asher regularly gave money to her alcoholic husband.
A lot of information is being revealed here. A lot of information. And now I think we're just gonna get the vinegar. Take it in here.
A bottle of poor quality.
Okay, I just want to take it. Fine. Oh, I think we have to talk about the debts
According
thing.
to the victim's account book, you owed her £10 for tobacco and magazines.
£10.
Lie. She owed me £1. I swear.
Ask for more explanation.
Now, please be so kind as to explain this.
Look at my account book. Alice owed me £11 for fruit and vegetables. I may have had a slate at her shop, but she had one at mine. She owed me £1. And that reminds me I have to get it back from her niece.
Oh.
That is quite enough. Your account book has saved you. But I might ask Chief Inspector Japp to throw you in the cells for 1 or 2 nights while he checks your entries. You want to go to prison?
A strict
Prison?
accent.
Now that's not fair. I haven't done nothing.
In that case, I am counting on your full collaboration.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
That was very funny, the way she just did that. Let's see the vinegar now.
I'll just borrow your bottle a moment.
Take it. It's what Alice used to sober up her husband. But try not to empty the bottle.
Nice. Okay, now we're gonna go.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
And now we're gonna. Now I think we can already solve this question, which is at what time. Here, establish the time range. So now we know here she's seen around 5:30, and then 6 p.m. No, wait. This one. So these two help us. Now she was killed between that, yeah. But then can we deduce that time range to an even smaller amount? Yes, we can. You know why? Because we know this, and we know this. Alice Astor was killed between 5:30 and 6 p.m. So this is very small time range, so therefore we can deduce a lot. So now we're just gonna enter in. Gonna wake up this Franz Astor guy, and then we're gonna ask him. We're gonna see what he knows, and then I think we're done. Oh, I need to sober him up, so let's do this. Nope, easy here. Nice, we're doing a lot of progress in this game.
Mes amis, I can say without a doubt that poor Mrs. Asher was killed between 5:30 and 6.
Killed when the street was packed with people. That's rather bold.
Very much is.
I've been talking to the neighbors, and
No one's seen anything? Or rather it's anything and everything. Am I wrong?
no.
Yeah. We must grill this villain Asher before he falls asleep again.
Yep, nice, okay. I think now he's thinking that this guy is the one who did it.
This man is in rather a bad state.
Let's see, okay, so I can see his eye. Let's first see this, his sleeve is kind of cut down. His eye is black. And what else can we see? Mustache. Split lip, oh, his lip is kind of injured.
This man has been fighting and he smells of alcohol.
So he's been fighting, huh? He's very sus. Let's do this. Let's interrogate him. So offer a cigarette, ask what he's been doing, yes, ask him. Let's accuse him.
We know that you threatened to kill your wife, Asher.
So what? You shouldn't take things so seriously, sir. Nothing but empty threats. We didn't get on all that badly.
He's a hypocrite. He's pretending.
So, if things were going so well with your wife, why did you not live with her?
She was the one that left. Nothing to do with me, sir.
Let's go, accusing him of ill-treating his wife.
You can't have treated her very well for her to run away.
No, sir, no. I wouldn't say I'd ever laid a finger on her, but it was only normal. She was my wife.
Are you often involved in fights?
I don't know what you mean.
He's lying. Accuse him of fighting. Let's make fun of him. I don't know if that's gonna give us ego points, but
a good beating.
A beating?
Oh, that
no
does.
Way. All right, he tore my coat and gave me a black eye. You see the state of him?
Oh.
Very interesting. Who is the other that you struck?
Probably best if I tell you everything.
Confess.
Yesterday afternoon, I met Roderick Tanner. We'd bet on a dog fight together.
An illegal bet.
Illegal.
Yes, sir. Our dog won. Roderick got the money, but he refused to give me my share.
And you fought about it. What time was this?
In the evening, about 6, I think. We were on the other side of town. You
He's
see, I couldn't have
truthful.
killed my wife.
It's 6.
Let's
Interesting.
now try and get our brain cells to work.
Answer the unresolved question. So, what was Miss Ash doing when she was killed? I've already said this to you guys, but yeah. So now we know she was taking a packet of cigarettes from the shelves. Now we've solved this part, which is what she was doing.
The murderer probably pretended to be a customer. He hit the shopkeeper from behind as he turned around to serve him.
Interesting.
Asher's alibi appears to be
Now we're done.
confirmed.
We have to now
All the same,
reconstruct the
I'm going
crime.
to call and check that he did have a fight with this Tanner on the afternoon of the murder. You could never trust
This part is the
sort
last part of the level, and it's very nice. I
One
like
thing
it.
is certain, Asher was a ruffian who used to beat his wife.
But he is not very educated. It certainly was not him who wrote the letter signed ABC.
Yeah, that's something.
Let's resume Hastings. We know the murderer pretended to be a customer. He did not kill her for money, that appears to be certain.
I agree with you on that point.
And the murderer left an ABC guide as a signature. Therefore, it's likely he wrote the letter.
Indeed, but that doesn't explain why and how he did it.
You are quite right. Why he did it is a mystery. But as for how he did it, we do know enough to try and reconstruct the events.
Yeah, let's reconstruct it. This part I like a lot, the graphics of it and stuff. Let me show you. It's very, very fun. It's a bit weird, but I like it. Okay, let's do this. It's a reconstruction. I'm just gonna do this all right because I just want to make sense. So first thing he did.
The killer enters the shop.
Either he can attack or advance. Let me just attack. It's not what he did, but why not?
Mrs. Asher keeps her back turned. The murderer grabs his walking stick. She turns around, he strikes her violently.
I just wanted to see what
Then
happened.
places the ABC on the counter before leaving.
That's not right,
No,
but yeah.
the victim has no road to the temple. And the ABC is not the same as in the crime scene. That
Advance,
thing
yeah,
that
it's advance.
shot.
I know, no. It's a reconstruction failed. That's not exactly what happened. Let me tell you exactly what happened. Now, this is a successful
The
reconstruction.
killer enters the shop.
He will first advance.
Mrs. Asher turns around to greet her customer.
He will ask for a cigarette.
The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her.
Now he will turn around the book.
He then places the ABC upside down before leaving.
Yes, and then the last thing is he's going to attack.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Yes, that is exactly what happened. So now we know how the crime scene was done. And that's the reconstruction of the events. I really like this part. I think that's how it happened, yeah. So that is what happened. Nice, we did it. We found out how it happened, but who, we don't know.
Asher has a strong alibi and we don't have any other suspect. But what was the point of this crime?
We don't know.
She had no debts. She gave Franz Asher money regularly. She wasn't owed money. Nobody stood to gain anything.
Exactly.
No doubt about it, the murderer is insane.
And I fear that we had not heard the last of him.
The murderer's a
You're wrong
guy.
for once.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's go back to London. If we hurry, we should catch the 7:02 train. Are you coming?
No, unfortunately, I have to talk with Andover police.
See you soon then. Are you coming, Hastings? Let's go home, there's nothing for us here.
Yeah, okay, we're done with this. So now we're done with how it worked. We're done with this case, guys, and we're back at home.
Do you have any idea about...
Okay guys, so I think I could stop the stream here because this is the first level. Since I've already finished it, it should give you a trophy. But since I've already done it before, it didn't give me because, yeah. But this is the first level, so I think there are 5 levels. And at the end of the 5th level, we find out the murderer. I think the murderer is the exact same person, all 5 of them. So yeah, at the end we get to like find out who he is because he gives us enough evidence. So yeah, but I hope this stream was nice and one sec. Yeah, sorry about that. I hope the stream was nice and I think I could do more of it later, maybe tomorrow or something if you guys want. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. Hope you all have a good day and bye. Thank you, Dando. See ya.